man. Up your leaves, up your leaves. Make it smaller. So you can go through the window. Alright, well, the project for today is to remove this structural wall. So we're opening up this wall with an open concept 10 feet wide. So before we remove anything, I have to build a temporary wall on both sides. Because it's structural because our floor joists are joined right on top of this wall. It's sitting on a footing. So we don't have to dig no footing. I can see the center block all the way along here. So it tells me there's a footing here already. So all we have to do is just chisel it out, make it flat, so we can put our supporting wall on top of it. Alright, well, without further ado, let's start working on this thing. And try not to make the house fall down.
Good eating, man.
Drinking too much beer, man.
Good eating, good eating.
Take 3. Run along. The third time the charm.
Right on the truck.
one side done. Let's go over there and build the other side now. But first, before we build this side, we gotta get our beam measured and cut. Our LVL beams, we have to measure them and cut it and put it inside before we build this wall. Because what happened, when we build the wall, we can't get it in. Well, all our walls are built. We're supported on this side and we're supported on the other side. So now we can remove some of our supporting studs. We just want to remove a couple to fix the floor and a couple on this side to fix the floor. structural wall is gone. Everything is gone. So now, before we install this new beam, I have to install some structural screws in it. What I'm using is the flat lock structural wood screw for 3-ply LVL beams and more. So let's put some screws in this bad boy before we put it up there. Tilt. You got it? You got your hand? Okay. Push it back out. Alright, tilt him down. In most cases, the LVL beams are all the same in most cases, but this time we have one that's a little bit high. So I'm going to take the plane and plane out a little bit, get it nice and flat. Beautiful. That's why this guy works harder. In the bottom. Alright, drop, take your hand out, take your hand out, take your hand out, take your hand out.
Yeah.
That's the 2x4. Straight on the pocket.
On the edge.
Yeah, that's right. wood touch concrete. Never let untreated wood touch concrete. Longer, buddy. The man thought he's safe. Look who shows up.
Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Flipping the script from my old ways. Flick up the switch, I'm in flow state. Commas, I'm going through grown pains. I wasn't used to being so gross. I tighten the threads out of crochet. I wake up the cushion, some OJ. The last tape I dropped was a rollway. It's yellow, I swear it's a Coldplay. Viva la vida, I'm swiping the visa. We working, I'm taking off no days. Cause we throwing shots like a gun range. So we finally make it to front page. A head full of dreams, some breath for the schemes. A heart that been feeling like it's a machine. I'm pushing extreme, cause I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees.
I was just about to remove these temporary walls holding up the house, and I was just double checking everything, checking our structure, making sure everything is good before we remove the temporary walls. And on this side, I noticed we made a huge mistake. Well, not huge, but there's a mistake. On the other side, you see that daylight you're seeing over there? If you could focus. There you go. You see that daylight through the beam? That should not be there. Like this should be sitting exact. So we made a mistake. We have to remove this, guys, and then get it back up in there. I already went to Home Depot, bought more material. So now let's fix our mistake before we can remove our temporary walls. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it happens. Guess it happens to the best of us. Can't be perfect all the time, right, Johnny?
Right.
Yeah, you should not be seeing sunlight on the other side. Now, this would be fine. We can leave this and this will be fine. But what would happen is over time it will settle, and then you'll start finding cracks upstairs, and a door or two may not close properly anymore. So let's just fix it.
Supposed to go and see in the big.
It's in there. look at that. Open concept. So we went ahead, fixed this. So there's no gaps anymore. You see, people? Fix your work. You wouldn't have passed inspection anyways. So it's good to fix your work. So it's all done. Open concept. We have like a 10 foot, what, 9.5 feet of opening now. So we went ahead, remove everything. So the house is sitting on the LVL beams now. So everything is on the beams. All right, well, one part down. Let's go ahead and start framing our walls. So we want to start right on our line here. Alright, so we're going to start our framing right to the outside of this wall. We got our starting point. Let's start building some walls. I see some numbers on your clubs here. What is that all about?
So lower the number,
Yeah,
the further it should go.
right.
So less degrees. So 3 iron, probably around like 21 degrees.
Yeah.
And then your pitching wedge is like probably like 47, 48 degrees.
What is a pitching wedge?
Then for a sandwich, right? It's not a sandwich.
Yeah, like a pitching wedge is just, it's just a name for a club as you get closer to the green.
Oh, so if you're close enough, you'll use that
Yeah,
one.
for less.
Yeah, and then
For putting.
so this is like a lob wedge. So this is like around like 60 degrees.
Right.
So lots of loft.
Okay. So
So-
what would you use that for?
Mostly just like chipping or in the sand. If you have to get it up really high, really quick.
Right, right. So if you're starting off, you start off with a big club in one and see you have them.
The first one.
Yeah, this
That
one,
one.
this guy, the
Then
big
you
one.
drive
Goes
it.
far.
Yeah, that's your driver.
It should go.
Yeah. And then you reduce to the numbers one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And for putting, which one would you use?
The potter, that one.
Oh, the fancy one with a sock on. Alright, alright. $85. This corner. 84. 1 inch. So I guess we're building the wall. I guess we're framing one stud at a time. Alright, we have all our layout and 16 on center. Time to work fast. Alright, one wall down, many more to go. Let's keep working fast. finally we're done. So all our framing is done. So we try to make use of every space in this basement. So for instance, on the wall with the panel, on the back wall with the panel, we build wall-to-wall closet. And on the TV wall, we have a unit that is 102 inches. So with the extra space, we decided to build a closet. Try to maximize every inch of space. And on this side, after we framed out our structural wall, we had about 30 inches of space here. We decided to build a closet. Use it for more closet space. Underneath our closet, we also framed in our doors same height. So all our doors in this area is gonna be same height. Very important. Our three LVLs is sitting on 2x6 structure, sitting on a footing. Very important, because this weight goes all the way up to the roof. Same thing on this side. 2x6s sitting on a footing. It's way better than the 2x4 they had. All right, well, with all this done, let the electricians do their thing, and we'll be back to insulate and drywall.